Hello YouTube, it's William here with Gobernoppers Trains, and today we're just talking about a bunch of recent pickups and purchases. This video comes under a set of really unfortunate circumstances. Essentially they put my residence hall under a 2-week quarantine, so I decided that it's best for me to return home for those 2 weeks, because being confined to a little 10 by 12 box for 2 weeks is not something I can do. And the worst part is that it's just my residence hall and the one across from it, Celery. Those two are the only two on campus that have been put into quarantine. I go to UW-Madison. It's all over the news around here if that's anything you're interested in looking at. But anyways, I was able to pick up a whole bunch of stuff over those 2 weeks or week and a half while I was in Madison. And here's a bunch of it. So there's a couple things that I got before leaving for college, and then everything else. There's a hobby store near my school, and I would bike to it every once in a while, meet up with a friend, who hopefully I'll have him starting a YouTube channel soon. But anyways, let's just get started. Oh, by the way, these two are just some things that I brought for him to play with while I was at school, my ESE and the PS4. But anyways, we've got this NKP 779 Berkshire. I got this one off of eBay super cheap because it was in horrid shape. 25 bucks shipped to my door. Whoopsie. The frame has some really terrible zinc rot. You can see it bowing upwards near the cab, but honestly not too terrible at that price. Then moving back here, these two, actually this one guy right here, this one was in a trade for the Alton E8s that I had for a little while with my friend North, Commanding Officer Kanawa. He's got a channel here on YouTube. Go and check him out. He's got some really sweet stuff. And then the last two things are actually right here on the inside loop. Two Taiko steamers, both of which I found on eBay. This one is the Gulf Mobile and Ohio 280 consolidation in really rough shape. The camera makes it look worse than it is in person, but this side is really bad. It's the GM&O. This side is a lot better, even has some of the gold left. But I'm going to find a solution for cleaning that up at some point. And then this one is really gorgeous, and I fell in love with this unit after working on it for a little bit. It's the Canadian Pacific 2394 080. The paint scheme is amazing, and it actually runs really well. I'll show you just right quick. Also, the truck frame for the 280s right here, it fell off a little bit ago, and I just haven't had the time to reattach it. But anyways, a little bit, oh, it's been a bit since I ran it, but, you know. What are we stuck on? There we go. Yeah, it's just been a little while. Really spectacular running an engine, and it looks amazing too. Bit more of a novelty, but if I'm gonna have a Taiko 280 or 080, it might as well be one of the rare ones. This one was 35 shipped to my door, and this one was actually 25 shipped to my door after getting a partial refund because the tender drawbar mount had broken. I was able to repair that. But anyways, now let's get on to the stuff that I found at the hobby store. This was the first thing I ever bought there. It is an American Flyer 060 that someone's done some repainting to on the front end. Just finally fabricated a new pickup wiper for it and got it running a little while ago. But really neat little engine, super fun, and that valve gear looks awesome when it's in motion. I bought it completely seized for $5. Then I already talked about 4501, so I'm going to move him over here for now. And then time permitting, within the next 2 weeks, I'd like to do some videos on this stuff. Unfortunately, I left a few things at my friend's house. The cars that go with what's in this box, the boxes for all of the Mercury cars right here, and then a couple engines. I found a 5405 or 5404 or whatever it is, the standard Rivarossi Hudson in red box at the hobby shop for $20, if you can believe it. I've also got a New York Central IHC Mountain there that I ended up paying $40 for, if I'm remembering correctly. And the prices are going to be a bit fuzzy because the boxes aren't actually marked. But anyways, and then there's a Union Pacific 4-car set from the Hornby era of Riverossi. So that era, that middle box there, that I ended up snagging for 60 bucks, which is quite the steal actually. And then a couple of other Dreyfus cars and a few things that I haven't quite gotten into yet. But anyways, I will make videos on those at some point, hopefully, God knows when, if I go and pick them up anytime soon. But we're going to go ahead and get started with this guy right here. This one I didn't find at the hobby store. I ordered it off of eBay, and this was the most expensive thing I purchased in this lot. It was $90 for the IHC Mahano Mercury. This is a 462 semi-streamlined Pacific, and it actually looks a lot better now. I thought it was going to be absolutely hideous when I ordered it, but no, it looks pretty good. Which brings me over here to the Associated Cars. This is the 8-car set, and I got it for $35, brand new in box for all of these. And of course, no shipping because I was there. I carried them out to my car that day. Anyways, back to the stack. We have a New York Central 3267, which was picked up for 10 bucks. Believe it or not, it wasn't running very well when it was originally obtained, although credit where credit's due. My friend is responsible for getting his hands on these two, and then we managed to work a trade deal out, which is why I have those. Then anyways, there's an NYC 280 consolidation, number 8000. This one was also $10, believe it or not. The guy who runs the hobby store does not necessarily agree with older models as much, and as a result, he lets them go rather cheaply. For example, this brand new in-box 748 NYC Mikado that I picked up personally for $35. This thing is just wow. It's gorgeous. It runs amazing. It looks fantastic. I really do hope I get videos out on all this stuff eventually. Anyways, moving further inward, we have an Illinois Central Railroad 440. This one was found for 20 bucks, believe it or not, outside of the box. I found the box at a later date when I came into the store. He had it in a stack of empty boxes because it did have paper decals on it at first. It originally had a number here in NYC on the tender, but it looked awful, so we removed it. And then the last one back here I'm super happy with. It's an IHC 080 U.S. Army Transportation Corps shifter, and that thing I'm going to run with the hospital train set at some point if I ever manage to get a video out on that. Back here is something I ordered on Marketplace. It's a Camelback. It's an IHC Mahano 260 for the President's Choice 15th anniversary set. Now the cars, I have all the cars, but they are currently with my friend right now. I did not have time to pick them up when I had to move back out of residence a couple days ago. It was a very hasty thing. Half of my stuff is still in my residence hall. It's because I'm supposed to be going back in 2 weeks, but we'll see where we get with that. So the entire PC set was 75 bucks. Then over here we have the NYC Streamlined cars, and these guys were a fantastic deal. I actually ended up trading some stuff for that, but overall I bought 2 cars. I bought the baggage car and one of the Vistadomes from that store for $5 a piece. So pretty good deal. And these run amazingly with the Empire State Express. I will show you at some point, maybe. And then there's this massive stack right here, which is the most recent thing I purchased, but we'll talk about that in just a moment. I also got this. This is actually not a Bachmann car, but it was in a Bachmann box. It's a Blue Box Milwaukee Road box car. For actually $4, he gave me 50% off because he thought it was a Bachmann car, but it's a Blue Box car and a Bachmann box. And then this one I picked up just the other day for $3. It's an unassembled kit of the 50 years of model railroader box car. I don't know if I'm going to put the kit together yet or not. I will decide eventually, though. Okay, so what's the deal with all the Dreyfus cars? Well, this is going to be kind of crazy. Oh yeah, I almost forgot this thing. The small Doot. Southern Pacific 4410, a little 040 shifter that I bought non-working for $5. It had a ton of things that needed to be done to it, but my friend actually fixed this one up for me. It runs really well now, considering the state it was in when I got it, and I'm very happy with it. Anyways, last thing here is the Dreyfus cars, and this is going to sound absolutely insane, but there are 13 cars here. There's the Manhattan Island car, which I'm going to talk about in a second because this one's very special. The, Vistadome car with interior, one baggage car, two of these guys, the RPOs, two duplex sleepers, three Imperial Court coaches, and three Cascade Valley coaches. As you can see, I've separated them into their respective stacks here. But anyways, this entire lot of 13 cars ended up costing me a grand total of $40. Believe it or not, 13 Dreyfus cars for 40 bucks. That is about $3 per car. A little bit more than that. Now, this one is so special because it features constant lighting. And yes, I know the sticker price on here is $5, but I managed to get the deal because I came in and I saw all of these on the shelf, and I asked the guy, how much for all of your NYC cars? And he told me 40 bucks, so I snapped him up. But this one has the interior and a constant lighting circuit inside. This one needs repair though. It's not currently working, so I'm going to have a video at some point of me fixing that if I ever get around to it. But anyways, just wanted to share all this stuff with you. I'm going to have more things eventually, if I pick them up or when I pick them up at the end of the semester, or if they send us home for real. But anyways, maybe I'll be coming out with some new stuff in the next couple days. Stay safe. Thanks so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.